Hi, so today I'll demonstrate an intelligent email intake process built with Microsoft Power Automate and AI Builder. So instead of you relying on dozens of keywords in a condition, it will use AI that treats every incoming email just like a human coordinator would, and it understands the context, classify the email, and automatically routes it to the appropriate process. So I'm going to share my screen so that I can show you the automation that I created. So before we go to the Power Automate, I created first a BPMN or a process flow on how we will build the automation. So first, everything starts with an email received, and it's going to be captured in a shared mailbox. And then from the shared mailbox, then we will classify, or the AI prompt will classify the email into 5 categories here as listed. And then it will be based on those subject or content of the email. The AI prompt will classify if it's a clinical note, client note, um, client or nearest to kin communication. It could be code or invoice, and it could be newsletter or subscription. So this is very common, especially if you're receiving a lot of emails in your inbox, and especially if you have also like a shared mailbox. And instead of you manually um, opening all of those emails, classifying those emails manually, with this Power Automate, it will already classify and it will route you to the right process. So let's go to the Power Automate. So this is the email classification and prioritization automation that I created in Power Automate. So again, everything starts with an email arrives in a shared mailbox. And then let's just assume that you have a mailbox. All of the emails, either you copy or remove on that mailbox. And then all of these emails, all the email subject, or every time an email will be received in that mailbox, we will get the subject, we'll get the body, since we'll be using this as an input for our prompt. So I created the prompt here, which I created in the AI Builder prompt. So I created the model, and this is the email classification assistant. So it uses GPT 4.1 mini. So this is the instruction that I provided. So basically it classifies every incoming email that uses this email subject, which I uses the input and also the email body. And we have this different categories that I added or I input in the prompt. So now, as soon as the AI or um, the prompt will now able to classify the email, so it will go to a parse JSON because the output for the prompt will be in a parse or in a JSON format. So we need to parse that JSON, and then from that, we can already get the specific category of that specific email that was received in the mailbox. So again, we have here 5 categories, and we can add more. So every time that the AI identify that the email is a clinical note, of course, it will go on this flow or path. So again, I use this as switch here, since all of this will be using or will have an output or the same output from the parse JSON. And then based on that category, we can define which flow that email will proceed. So again, we have clinical notes. So currently the action or the output that I used here is to just flag that specific email in the shared mailbox. So currently I create a flag. It's a clinical note or clinical note, client note. I added also a flag. and same thing to the rest of the category. But of course, we can add more action on here. Let's say, just say, for example, you want to put a specific category on a mailbox or a folder where maybe that's the important one. So, or we can also assign a specific person for that, specific category of the email. And then, yeah, we can just add that later on. But what's important here is actually this part. This is the um, part that you probably need, especially in classifying an email, how to deal with that email, and the rest will be easy as soon as we can classify it as it should be. So that's a sample Power Automate that I created. If you want to learn more, if you want me to share more, of course, yeah, you can contact me. All right, that's it. Thank you.